She abandoned him for survival. Fate brings them back, but not the way you expect. Hey guys, today we bring you another intriguing movie that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Sit tight as we dive into this fascinating story. Please don't forget to subscribe for more popular and amazing movies from us. The movie begins with Roland, an apprentice in a tailoring shop ironing clothes. Suddenly, a boy arrives to inform him that his girlfriend, Annabelle, is about to leave town. Roland quickly drops what he is doing and rushes out. On his way, a colleague asks where he is going. Roland explains that he needs to go somewhere and will be back shortly, but his colleague is worried because he doesn't know what to tell their boss if Roland doesn't return on time. Meanwhile, Annabelle is unhappy about her family's decision to relocate to Lagos. Her mother explains that it has been 2 years since her husband died, life has been hard, and they can't continue to stay in the village and starve. Annabelle insists that Roland can take care of them, but her mother disagrees, saying Roland is still an apprentice and cannot be depended on. Just then, Annabelle's sister, Zara, comes in to announce that the driver is ready. Annabelle sits quietly, overwhelmed and emotional about the sudden change. As they are about to leave, Roland arrives and is shocked to see Annabelle going. He begs her not to leave. Annabelle tells him she has no choice because she needs to survive with her family. Roland insists that they can survive together and asks her to give him 1 more year to complete his apprenticeship so he can start life properly as a man. But Annabelle has already made up her mind. She asks Roland to contact her through her mother's phone after he completes his training. She then gives him a necklace to remember her by until they meet again. They leave, and Roland is left heartbroken. Later that day, Roland sits at home, lost in thoughts, reminiscing about the good times he shared with Annabelle. A year later, Roland completes his apprenticeship. His boss speaks well of him, prays for him, and settles him with the sum of 500,000 naira. Roland is deeply grateful. That night, Roland sends a message to Annabelle through her mother's number. He is worried because he hasn't heard from her in months. He tells her that he has completed his training, received his settlement, and will soon be coming to the city to set up his business and look for her. A week later, Roland arrives in the bustling city of Lagos. He moves from place to place, showing Annabelle's picture to strangers, but no one recognizes her. Exhausted, he stops at a woman's shop to buy water. She offers him a seat, which he appreciates. The woman asks who he is looking for, and Roland shows her Annabelle's picture. She says the face looks familiar, but can't remember where she has seen her. Roland explains that he already went to the address Annabelle gave him, but she no longer lives there. The woman then explains how he can get a bus to the island part of Lagos and wishes him well. Later that night, Roland is robbed and pushed out of the tricycle he boarded. Minutes later, a passerby and her crew find him unconscious and rush him to the hospital. Elsewhere in Lagos, Annabelle and her family are now living comfortably. Her boyfriend, Tayo, comes to pick her up for a date. They exchange a few words before leaving together. Back at the hospital, Roland regains consciousness. A nurse walks in with a woman named Diola and introduces her as the person who rescued and brought him to the hospital. After the nurse leaves, Diola tells Roland she heard he has been refusing to eat and take his medication. She asks him what he lost that could be greater than his life. Roland opens up and explains that he lost the 500,000 naira his boss gave him, as well as the 1 million naira he got from selling his only inheritance, a piece of land. Diola feels sorry for him and tells him he can still regain everything he has lost. Roland says he doesn't know how to do that. He can't find the woman he is looking for, and now he is stuck in the hospital without money to pay his bills. Diola assures him not to worry, as she has taken care of the hospital bills. She also tries to lift his mood and promises to help him find the person he is searching for, as long as he is willing to share his story. Roland agrees, but what happens when the story he tells the world reaches the one person he never expected to hear it? Later that night, Annabelle returns home with a box cake for her birthday. The next day, Tayo arrives with several bottles of wine. Annabelle celebrates her birthday in an intimate gathering with family and friends. They sing for her, Tayo gives a special speech, they hug, cheer, and Annabelle gives her vote of thanks before everyone starts dancing. Some days later, Roland shares his love story live on Diola's channel, as she is a content creator. The video goes viral, gaining thousands of views. Zara comes across the video and tries to show Annabelle, but Annabelle initially refuses. Eventually, she agrees to watch it and sees Roland's video trending online. She is clearly unhappy. Diola is deeply touched by Roland's story and hopes the video reaches Annabelle. She suggests that they turn the story into a series and make something good out of it, but Roland isn't interested. When one of Diola's crew shows her how viral the story has become, she shares the news with Roland, but he still shows no interest. Diola walks away, disappointed. Back at Annabelle's house, she paces around the living room, angry at the steps Roland took to get her attention. Zara asks why she is so worked up, reminding her that Roland can't find her unless she wants him to. However, Annabelle is more worried about how the public will react. Her mother advises her not to focus on what Roland is saying, after which Annabelle retreats to her room. The next day, Roland causes a scene at the hospital. The nurse quickly calls Diola to inform her that Roland is becoming a nuisance. She hands the phone to him, and Roland tells Diola that he can't stay in the hospital anymore. Diola asks him to give her some time, promising to come and pick him up. After the call, Roland calms down. Later, one of Diola's crew members asks her why she is still keeping Roland in the hospital and if there is something going on that he doesn't know about. Diola responds by asking him when last their page gained thousands of subscribers and viewers. She clearly sees Roland as a goldmine, and that is why she refuses to let him go. The next day, Diola takes Roland to a car wash, where he resumes work immediately. Roland asks her why she is helping him even though she barely knows him. Diola tells him it's the universe at work, and that perhaps their meeting was meant to help them both. Meanwhile, Annabelle shows Teo a video of Diola interviewing Roland about her. In the live video, Roland tells Diola that he is not asking Annabelle for help. He only hopes she comes looking for him. Diola asks what he will do if Annabelle never comes. Roland replies that he will work in the city for a while before returning to the village, clearly irritated by Diola's questions. Annabelle is upset as she reads the comments online, with many people criticizing her. Zara tells her she needs to meet Roland face to face and tell him she is no longer interested. Tayo agrees, but Annabelle refuses to see Roland. Even when Tayo offers to go with her, she rejects the idea and storms out on him. Later that day, Annabelle's mother asks Zara why she keeps insisting that Annabelle talk to Roland. Zara explains that she can't bear watching her sister throw emotional tantrums. Her mother warns her to stay out of Annabelle's issues and walk away. Elsewhere, Diola brings food to Roland. He thanks her and says he wishes Annabelle would come and put an end to his misery. Diola tells him Annabelle might have her reasons and that nothing comes easy, so he should remain hopeful. Roland snaps back, accusing Diola of knowing nothing about love and caring only about content and money. Hurt by his words, Diola tells him not to judge a book by its cover, as he doesn't know what lies beneath the surface. She stands up and walks away. But what if the person holding the answers has been closer than Roland ever imagined? The next morning, Diola receives an anonymous call revealing Annabelle's whereabouts. The caller promises to send her the address. Diola thanks the caller before the call ends. Excited, Diola rushes to tell Roland that she has found Annabelle's location through an anonymous tip. Roland quickly goes to change his clothes so they can leave immediately. While he is away, the anonymous caller calls again to inform Diola that Annabelle is not at home at the moment. Diola is disappointed, knowing Roland might think she is playing with his emotions, and that is exactly what happens. When Roland returns, Diola explains what the caller said. Enraged, Roland storms out. Outside, Roland suddenly sees Annabelle. Overjoyed, he rushes to hug her, but she pushes him away, clearly irritated. Roland tries to explain how he struggled to come to Lagos just to find her, but Annabelle shuts him down. She tells him to move on, because she already has. At that moment, Diola and her crew arrive and begin recording the encounter live. Roland is deeply heartbroken. Later that night, Annabelle rests her head on Tayo's lap when her mother walks in to check on her. Tayo asks for permission to take Annabelle to his apartment so he can take better care of her. Her mother agrees. Tayo wakes Annabelle and tells her she will be spending the night at his place. That same night, Diola takes Roland to her apartment. Roland is surprised by the luxury and asks how she can afford such a place without having a man in her life. Diola laughs and tells him the apartment belongs to her. She brings out wine and they drink while talking. Diola then opens up about how she was dumped the night before her wedding, leaving her heartbroken. After sharing this, she excuses herself. Later that night, Diola comes back to the living room and finds Roland asleep. She wakes him, and they both go into the room. The next morning, Diola wakes up before Roland. When Roland finally wakes up, he is shocked to find himself in Diola's room. She calmly assures him that nothing happened the previous night. Later that same morning, they sit down for breakfast. Diola asks Roland about his next plan. Roland tells her that once he finishes working at the car wash till the end of the month, he will collect his salary and return to the village. Diola is not happy with his response because she feels Roland is giving up on his dream of becoming a fashion designer, even though there are many opportunities he can explore in the city. Roland then asks her why she is so interested in seeing him succeed. Diola tells him that she fell in love with him from the very first day they had a deep conversation. After saying this, she stands up and walks away. Roland is left dumbfounded. He begins to put the pieces together and realizes that Diola has been indirectly expressing her feelings for him all along. A few minutes later, Roland goes to Diola's room and apologizes for not recognizing her feelings earlier, explaining that he was too caught up in his situation with Annabelle. Diola accepts his apology, and they hug. Some nights later, Roland is busy sketching new designs when Diola walks in and admires his work. Roland excitedly shares his plans with her about opening his own fashion store, but he explains that he needs capital. Diola then breaks the good news by telling him that the story he shared on her social media platform generated a lot of money. She reveals that she kept his share, which amounts to 4.5 million naira. Roland is overjoyed. He hugs her warmly to show his appreciation and expresses how much he loves her. Some months later, Annabelle and Tayo visit Roland's fashion store to get outfits for their upcoming wedding. Diola attends to them and explains that her husband is not around. She introduces herself to Annabelle, but Annabelle does not recognize her at first. When Diola mentions Roland's name, Annabelle immediately becomes uncomfortable. She is shocked that Roland has become successful. She quickly tells Tayo that they should leave. After they leave, Diola calls Roland to inform him that Annabelle visited the store. They both laugh and chat briefly before ending the call. The moral lesson of this movie is that giving up too early can make you miss your destiny. True love, loyalty, and patience often come from unexpected places, and Cess favors those who stay focused on their dreams despite heartbreak, rejection, and setbacks. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more captivating movies from us. Till we meet again, bye.